our first evaluator, Stephen Morgan.
Who here has parents? Oh good, most of you do. Haven't you ever noticed that parents don't know anything? Mr. Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters guests, and especially Tim, our friendly parent here, giving us the example of how to be the cranky, gripey old man, but in a friendly way. Thank you for this wonderful speech, taking me back to the times of home ec classes and shop classes and junior high or middle school. And I don't really like middle school, it wasn't a good time for me. But I guess being able to pull in the nostalgia is a wonderful way to get us all thinking in a different point of view, which is what we were really getting out from you today. I loved how you made all of these little things pull together as you were weaving your story to give us your impression of what we can do to help our kids improve. Suggestions that I might be able to give. I would start particularly with one word that you love a lot. Things. I started to count them because of how many times I heard things. Then I decided I better not do that, that's not very nice. What often happens is that when you are trying to figure out your words in the last moment, you're starting to substitute pronouns for nouns. Thing is a pronoun. And as a result, that takes you away from the impact of what it would be if you could give us a more descriptive, more specific object. Therefore, if you have something you can use in place of a thing, a particular example just for that sentence will change the way it makes an impact on the rest of us. Let's get rid of things, all sorts of things. I love the way that you were describing the cake and how you're throwing all the ingredients together. It's only presto you have a cake. I'd love to make just presto to be a cake. I would love to see you throwing all those things together and then just going presto with some big flamboyant gesture. Would have been a great way to really add to that particular one. Although I'm still trying to figure out how us baking a cake, even from scratch, is going to help us with the obesity epidemic. Eating better. Somewhere along the line, I missed that part. The conclusion, when you went off into cursive, was a non sequitur. It didn't exactly fit with the rest of what you were saying. I know how it fit into what kids don't do, but it didn't seem to fit with how we didn't do home ec or workshop or we need to learn some of those things. I love the joke. Probably better in another spot and have a conclusion that ties back to the beginning. Your use of the notes that you had in your hand, very well done. I think that was the pillow you made in home ec, the way that you were hiding in there. Very, very subtle. I only needed to actually look at it a few times, but very well done in keeping those held there. You are, however, the master of the aside. With the 7-course meal, well, I'm coming to your place. How you would sneak them in at the best part just to get the extra laugh. Brilliantly done. With all that you've given us, I'm sure that our kids could learn a lot from us as to what they could do better, but I will tell you there is an app for that. It's Toastmasters.